morning, good morning, good morning. I am so thrilled to be before you once again on this day. Remember, if this video speaks to you in any kind of way, feel free to like, comment, and share. This is Empowerment365 with Jamarr Williams. I am your host, Jamarr, with 2 R's Williams, and I am so glad to be able to bring you your daily dose of motivation, inspiration, and empowerment. Without further ado, let's get started. Today is Tuesday, October 6, 2020, and today's quote is, "Conviction is a sign of maturity and growth in character. I will remain convicted by standing firmly by every part of who I am, choose to be, and strive to become." I will say that once again. Conviction is a sign of maturity and growth in character. I will remain convicted by standing firmly by every part of who I am, choose to be, and strive to become. Let's talk about conviction real quick. My first point that I want to make. If you were to look up the actual definition of conviction, you will find two definitions. First definition is that conviction is a strongly held belief or opinion, a strongly held position. You will also find that conviction has a second meaning. Conviction, of course, is a formal declaration or ruling that, of guilt. All right. So if you were to go to the courtroom and, of course, you walk in and, of course, you plead your case and you are found guilty by your a jury of your peers or the judge, you have not been convicted of that particular crime. All right. We're going to take a different approach to the term conviction. As a matter of fact, we're going to add the word personal onto that. Personal conviction. Personal conviction is all about being honest with yourself. It is all about standing by who you are, who you choose to be as a person. All right. Sometimes when we are in the heat of the moment, sometimes, yes, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to respond differently, though. We're going to respond in ways that go against our morals, go against our values, go against our ethics. Guess what? Personal conviction says, hey, I am not perfect. I responded in this way. That's not like me, but I chose to respond in that very given moment in this particular fashion. Personal conviction says, hey, I'm going to be accountable for how I chose to respond, and I'm also going to be accountable for how I choose to go about correcting the mistake. I'll never forget someone once upon a time told me that is not about the mistake that you make, but it's about what you do to correct it. I will say that once again. It's not about the mistake that you make, but the steps you choose to take in order to correct it. That's what personal conviction is all about. It's all about accountability. It is all about accountability. My second point that I'm going to make is, hey, no one should ever be able to beat you to your own personal conviction. I'll say that once again. No one should be able to ever beat you to your own personal conviction. Your personal conviction is your truth. All right. For some of you all, you may have a history of drug abuse. You may have a history of incarceration. You may have a history of domestic abuse. You may have a history of addiction with gambling, maybe sex, whatever the case may be. Guess what? Those may not be the most happiest times of your life, but guess what? Your personal conviction says, hey, I cannot run away from the fact that I have experienced this, that I have endured this challenge, that I have overcome this challenge. Your personal conviction says, hey, I endured it. I can be better than this. I can be greater than this. Your personal conviction says, hey, this is a part of my story. I am going to make a learning lesson out of it. Your personal conviction says, maybe I've been diagnosed with HIV. Now that is a part of my personal conviction, now that it is a part of my personal story, now I want to be able to be an advocate to others, to help them in their struggle, when it comes to that arena. Whatever the case may be, if you have that history of incarceration, maybe you want to be able to serve your community by being a spokesman to other inmates, whatever the case may be. Personal conviction is your story, and no one should ever be able to beat you to that. All right. Your personal conviction in striving what you want to become. All right. Who we want to become. Yes, though that past story, that present situation that we're dealing with, yes, it may be a part of our story, but it does not have to foretell our future, our destiny, our passions, our dreams, our purpose, the power that we have to influence and persuade the people around us, the environment around us. That can definitely change, but it starts with what? personal conviction. I'm going to end with this fourth and final point here about a company. Of course, I mentioned it before, how they started with humble beginnings. They were one of the companies that started in a garage. Disney. Disney, let's talk about personal conviction with Disney. All right, with Disney, you will find with Disney, as with a lot of companies, they have what they call core values. One of Disney's core values is storytelling. That's right, storytelling. Everything that Disney does, they put at that core, they put at their at that operation the core value of storytelling. So if they're introducing a new show on the Disney Channel, if they're building a new theme park, they want you to be a part of the story. They want you to feel as if you are a part of the story. So when you walk into Disney World, your daughter has a chance to take pictures with the princesses. They have a chance to go into the enchanted castle. When you go, and you experience Disney, they want to be able to draw upon your emotions and literally connect you to that core value of storytelling. And every new project that they do, and every new endeavor that they embark upon, no matter which direction the company may take, they put storytelling at the core of what they do. It is a part of their personal conviction as a company, and it is exactly what makes them great. When people think of Disney, they are automatically connecting storytelling, the idea of storytelling, the idea of putting together a narrative, the idea of being able to connect people and draw on their emotions and connect them in one single world, in one single facet. They are drawn upon that, and that is a part of what makes them so strong as a company. If Disney can be just as strong, if other companies can be just as strong, guess what? We in our personal lives, we can be just as strong. It starts with personal conviction. So that is my charge to us today. Ask yourself the question, what is my personal conviction? Where am I personally convicted? Be able to look in the mirror and say, this is what I have experienced. This is what I have learned from it. This is how I have grown from it. This is my personal conviction. It is your story. It can open doors. It can unlock opportunities for worlds that you never thought you would have ever imagined. But it starts truly with personal conviction. This has been Empowerment 365 with Jamarr Williams. I'm your host, Jamarr, with two R's, signing off.